Well, it's another year on. Guess where I am? Up at the Zigzag Railway, up in the Blue Mountains, just west of Sydney. Well, my son loves to play on the tracks here, and I've sort of just come up here to see how the rectification of this great railway is going. Maybe we'll see stuff that's all fixed up. There's actually a fantastic picnic spot up the back there. Sometimes you'll see kangaroos and other things. Maybe we'll see one today. Last time we were here, it was all under snow. Well, it's been a year since we were here. Do you think it looks any different? What's your thoughts?
Looks much older, and it looks worse and sad.
It looks worse and sad.
Like it's just like more terrible. What he said.
Do you remember when you came here as a little girl?
No.
On the train with Miss Chan?
No.
Yeah, you were very young. You might have only been about 2 years old. Yeah. But you did come here when the trains were running. And we're hoping that we'll get you back on there before you're 20 with the trains running. We'll keep looking around, won't we? We'll keep looking around. I'd say this picket fence needs a bit of a paint. I'll go a bit further here. It needs a little bit of a repair as well. We think maybe that flat car there has got track on top. We were thinking that maybe last year that was clean. I remember playing with the snow on that from last year. How's the snow?
It's great.
Wouldn't it be nice if there were steam trains here?
Yeah.
Oh, well, the snow's, well, a consolation, I dare say. What? Oh!
Stand behind the yellow line.
Yeah, stand behind the yellow line. That's the rule here. No yellow line here. It's sort of sad that there's not a coffee thing going on here, because this is really a fantastic place to stop. If you sort of headed up the back way to Lithgow, I don't quite understand why they don't make this place run for a coffee shop.
What?
I would say that those tracks there haven't seen any action, well, since I was last here. And there's that sign again. I sort of fancied it more when it's covered in snow. My son loves going and looking at the old trains that are just over there in the background. But I can't see much that's changed up here. In fact, I think it's looking a little bit more derelict. Probably the best word for it. I could have used some other words, but I think derelict is the best word. Oh, they do have the sign, please stand behind the yellow line. Yellow line needs to be redone, I think. Well, my son has found this thing which hangs on the end of a chain. If I follow the chain up, we get to see that thing there. I think that's for filling up water and steam trains. There's always great areas here to kick around. You'll find bits of coal and whatnot down in the piles of dirt there.
This is a pile of coal.
Yeah, it's like a pile of, well, the stuff they put around the sleepers and also coal. I'm pretty sure that there
Is a coal.
That there is a piece of coal, hey? Worth its weight in gold, isn't it, coal? Okay, I think we've just found something that's different here. Looks like something's been put here. Like, this is different because it looks like there's mud over the tracks here. It's all covered up. Also, the track over there is all covered up. So, things have been moving around, but obviously trains haven't been moving around if that's going on. And what does that sign say? The sign says, caution.
What?
Caution. And just walking up here, it's all weedy and looking very, very rustic. There's another nice word, rustic. There's something nice about walking along the tracks like this. Probably highly illegal, but we seem to come here up yearly to take a look at what's going on, and Well, I can't report that very much has gone on at all from what I can see up here. Who knows down the bottom, because it all seems to happen down the bottom, it might be a totally different story. But up here at the top Clarence Station, it doesn't look much different versus last year. If I'm starting to see growth like that there, that's quite a big piece of plant that's grown up there. Nothing much has happened on these tracks. I mean, give it another couple of years, that'll be a fully established tree, and we're continuing to walk up here. My son's well ahead of me up there. My son loves this piece of apparatus here. This is a switcheroony for the tracks.
How does people do this?
Well, people of great might do this, and people who are the fat controller, little boys aren't meant to be playing on that one, I don't think. Did you know that?
No, little boys love this thing.
Well, little boys would love to see the trains running, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Hey, maybe one day. Maybe one day. Well, there's a set of points there. Maybe you can tell me if you think they've been working. And looking back down the track towards Clarence Station, it looks like that. I'm actually walking a little bit further along. I'm walking away from Clarence Station, that is. Quite an established tree there on the rails. Like I said, I don't think much has come along here. There, like I said, give it a couple more years and they'll be fully fledged. And that is the tunnel up there. In fact, there's a lot of foliage up here. On the other times when I've come here, I've never actually come up to this section here. I'm quite amazed of how much foliage is actually built up in this area here. My son's way back down there, but I'm a bit curious to take a look at the mouth of the tunnel. Let me look at the mouth of the tunnel, okay?
Okay.
You stay right there. One of those beautiful signals there. I'm actually surprised that things like that haven't been ripped off. That's unfortunately the sort of stuff that so easily gets stolen. Wow, it's actually a little bit spooky and creepy, but I sort of like this walking up here. I just hope there's no snakes around. It's feeling like snake territory. The only thing probably saving me is the fact that it's right in the middle of winter. It's very cold, but it's very different to last year. Very spooky. Yes, I tell you, there's the rails there. There's stuff growing over the rails. Lots of foliage on that side there. And we're coming up to the tunnel there. It looks quite beautiful, doesn't it? Okay, I'm just about up to the tunnel here. It is absolutely magnificent, I tell you. Absolutely and utterly magnificent. It's a very, very beautiful piece there. Well, that there is the tunnel. Very eerie, I can tell you. It's very hard to put words into describing what I'm feeling here. And that there's the stonework around this. Like I said, it is just absolutely stunning. It's really the first time I've seen this. It's the sort of thing that is actually well worth coming to take a look at. And I've always said that, you know, Zigzag's got assets and things to look at here, but they just seem not to want to use them. I'm not sure if you can see that bit. There's a scorch marks on the top of the tunnel there from when steam used to come through the tunnel here. It's quite remarkable to look at. Okay, very interesting little walk. It's not that far from Clarence to come up here and take a look at the entrance of the tunnel there. With the foliage and everything I see growing up here, I don't think much has gone on here. And it's like I keep saying, it's really sad that we're seeing this major piece of tourist infrastructure laying idle for what seems like just far, far too long. Yeah, it was one of my wife's friends from overseas when we came up here. It was one of the last times we saw the railway running. And we're starting to forget how long ago that was. Basically, my son's never seen it running. My daughter was on when she was very small. And that was a long time ago. Well, I better leave this video here. There's not much else to see, apart from things we've seen in the other years, because it's sort of frozen in time still. Don't know whether you learnt anything in this one. As always, thanks for watching, and bye for now. At least I didn't see any snakes. That's the main thing.